My name is Rex Goodban and I'm a semi-retired farmer. I've lived in Minster parish all of my life, actually with the exception of the first year, and have played an active part in the local community. I've served 4 terms on Minster Parish Council, MPC, and was chairman from 2005 to 2009. I'm currently chairman of Manston Sports and Social Club, member of Manston St Catherine's District Church Council. I'm thus in fairly close touch with the community. I wish to state that I'm not speaking on behalf of anyone other than myself. The opinions are my own, given in good faith, and I vouch for the facts herein. I understand that localism is a material consideration to be taken into account in planning decisions of this nature.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Is there a copy?
I do have a copy.
I did provide Mr.
Goodman. I haven't got.
Certainly you should still have the copies to give these.
I have got spare copies.
I want to. I'm very sorry to interrupt. It would just be easier if I said thank you.
Have you got one?
No.
I'll number this document 11. I think that's where we're up to with the inquiry document.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Thanks. I don't think you have to start again, but thank you. That's very helpful.
Okay. Right, I think as well, guys. I understand that localism is a material consideration to be taken into account in planning decisions of this nature. The following is a simplified reflection of the issues as they appear to me. It's become evident that the reliance or otherwise on planning policy EC4 in the last adopted plan will have a significant bearing on the outcome of this appeal. This in turn will depend on the perceived future viability and sustainability of the airport. It is River Oak's case that their business plan is significantly different from the previous models, whereas SHP claimed that historically the airport was unsustainable and looking forward rely on Avia's report as to Stanley District Council. The test is the amount of reliance that can be placed on this report. In 2009, whilst chairman of Minster Parish Council, Council prepared a neighbourhood plan. The strenuous consultation was conducted at house-to-house level. I should at this stage point out that the airport falls within Minster Parish Council, and the border between the two parishes is in fact a significant length of the airport boundary. The plan does not refer to the airport to any great extent, but though in hindsight as much as it should because of the boundary. In conducting the survey, it was clear that a significant majority supported the then current use, but interestingly, a number gave their reason as being that they were fearful of the alternative likely use, i.e. housing. But this, I might just say that this came about because at that time, you've already referred to the recession that was going on nationally, and it was rumoured then that the operators of the airport were having some financial difficulty. Some may be surprised that the airport was, and still is, regarded as an open space in an area that was rapidly changing, with Westwood Cross then being constructed. The principal concern was the lack of infrastructure matching the speed of development, a matter that was raised by the public as recently as the Parish Council meeting held only this last Monday, the 13th of March. On the closure of the airport, then Chairman of Manston Parish Council, Councillor Linda Sam, came together with myself and 3 other past chairmen, delivered by hand a letter signed jointly by us to Councillor Iris Johnson, then leader of Thanet District Council. A copy of this letter is submitted. This was to indicate support for the airport has been continuous since the inception of the Parish Council. I'm not a planning expert and have not had time to research for the further concern that I have. During this inquiry, it has emerged that the specialised hangar Building 1 will be demolished under SHP's plans. If the appeal is granted, the use will change presumably from aviation use to general industrial use. As such, I have to question whether it will lose its protection under policy EC4 and therefore be liable to demolition before the DCO is decided. This specialist building is much better an asset for aviation use than non-aviation, and should continue to have protection until the DCO is determined. Now, I have two really remarks that I can make to this. Firstly, I could ask whether you are able to place a condition on restricting or stopping demolition until the DCO is approved or otherwise to grant temporary permission rather than permanent permission so that it could return to aviation use.
Well, Mr.
I'm posing that as a question, I don't know the answer.
Your determination. We will be having a discussion on conditions later on in the inquiry, and I would prefer to leave any discussions on what conditions are appropriate until then. I'm dealing with the applications as they've been submitted, so that I don't have any power to change that really, but as I say, we will be discussing conditions later on, and that may be something that we can deal with at that time.
I'm not a planning expert to that degree,
No.
so I'm really posing the question. No.
Well, I think only one of the applications is a temporary application. The others are not.
Okay, that's fine.
It is a building one. It is a building one, but without mention, I'll correct at the moment.
I say we remain, because I'm referring to myself and the others in the letter, remain of the opinion that the best option to retain the use of the airport is to give support to River Oak submission, and that if the appeal would not be allowed, it could at the very least impede or delay the opening. I'm therefore opposing the appeal.
Okay. Just to be clear, Mr. Goodman, I don't think it would be legal for me to put on a condition that in any way relates to the development consent order. Just to clarify that at this point.
I entirely understand.
Yeah. But I'm sure Mr. King will have some points to make on this. But thank you for your contributions. Mr. King, do you want to answer?
Well, it's not really a question, but just to make it clear, because I think it's important that this is understood, that when Mr. Goodban says building 1 will be demolished under SHP's plan, just to be clear, it's not exactly a question, Mr. Goodban, if you'll forgive me. That is under the comprehensive redevelopment planning application, but it's not no part of the current appeal proposal. The current appeal proposal is to reuse building 1. Just so people are clear about that. There may have been a misapprehension. Thank you very much, Mr. Goodban.
Thank you, Mr. Goodman.
Thank you.